What is going on, guys? It is Coleman here, and today we will be ranking the best ways to increase height from avoid at all costs all the way to God tier. Now, let me start by saying height is arguably the most important trait to have in terms of your attractiveness and how you are perceived by others. On average, people that are taller are perceived as more attractive, they earn more money, and are seen as more confident and dominant. So you do not want to miss a single thing from this video. Get out your notepad and pen if you have to, and lock in. Starting off this list with an inversion table. Now, by using the inversion table, you can gain up to a full inch in height, but it is temporary. It's only going to last for a few hours, but if you pair it with some of the other things on this list, you could increase the amount of hours that decompression stays. I will put it into the solid choice tier. Next up, we have human growth hormone. This is synthetic human growth hormone, so it requires injections. Now, human growth hormone is a naturally produced hormone in the body and plays a major role in bone growth. Now, what happens is the human growth hormone tells your liver to produce IGF-1, which is going to cause the bone growth. Now, one thing you need to know is that we all have growth plates which end up closing post-puberty. So things like HGH likely won't have an effect on height post-puberty, even though some people anecdotally claim that it does. So taking this synthetic HGH before your growth plates close will cause more bone growth, but it does come with its side effects. And also you have to inject it, which isn't exactly an ideal method, especially if you're a teenager. You do not want to be ordering syringes in the mail because your parents are going to be a little bit concerned. So I will put HGH into the high risk, high reward tier. Next up, we have MK677, which is a growth hormone secretagogue, which is taken orally instead of synthetic injections like HGH. Now, MK677 is a research drug which is not yet approved by the FDA, so it's not exactly like legal in most countries. And while I don't recommend any of these off-label things that I have on this list, I would say for the simplicity, MK677 could be above synthetic HGH as it is taken orally and not administered through an injection. And another reason why I don't recommend this is because of the side effects. This is going to cause an insane amount of water retention and insulin resistance, and we want neither of those things, especially if we are Looksmaxxing. So I'm going to put MK677 probably into the high risk, high reward tier as well. Next up, we have Maasai jumps. Now, these are jumps that are inspired by a cultural dance, I believe, of the Maasai people, and these people are some of the tallest in the world. So what you do is you consistently do vertical jumps. Now, it seems like an absolute joke at first, and that's what I thought, until you realize that jumping consistently increases IGF-1 signaling. So doing these jumps, especially during puberty, could actually add some height as you are producing growth hormone. I'm going to put this one into the D tier. Next up, we have height lifts. Now, I think these are an essential if you are short. If you're under 5'10", I think you shouldn't be ashamed to put in height lifts and gain an easy extra 2 inches in height. Just do not get caught taking your shoes off. These shoes will stay on during sex. I'm going to put this into the solid choice tier. Next up, we have limb lengthening surgery. Now, this is a procedure where the surgeon is going to break both your leg bones, insert a metal rod inside them, and it's going to cause your bone to grow. You can grow up to 6 inches with this procedure. However, you are going to be in a wheelchair for a year. You're going to have broken legs. You'll be in excruciating pain, and it will set you back up to $200,000 US. So this to me is easily the most transformative and craziest surgery. It is the final boss. Watch out if you choose the plus 6 inch option, because your arms are not going to grow from this surgery, so you might look like a T-Rex. I'm going to put limb lengthening surgery into the high risk, high reward, probably at the bottom. I think that the downsides just bring this down too much, and you should definitely try the other things on this list before you try this. So yeah. Next up, we have glucosamine. Now, this is a supplement that is widely used. It's a very popular supplement. A lot of older people take it for their joints, but some people have anecdotally reported that they have gained a few millimeters in height from taking this, as it may realign your spine and help with the spinal disc hydration and compression. I do think that this is a good supplement to pair with the inversion table, as the compounding spine decompression could cause a few millimeters of height to be permanent if you continue daily use. Now, how much of a difference will a few millimeters of height have? Probably not all that much. It is going to cost you a bit of money to afford this supplement, so I will put it into probably the cope tier, if I'm being honest. Next up, we have hanging. Now, not that type of hanging, and not that type of hanging either. I'm talking about hanging from a pull-up bar, which will cause some decompression in your spine. Now, this won't have as good of a decompression effect as the inversion table, but what it can do is that it can fix your posture in your shoulders as well as your back, which could increase your height by ½ an inch or so, depending on how bad your posture is. So yeah, this is a pretty good method. You can do it daily, 3 to 5 sets, maybe for up to a minute if you can last that long. I'm going to put this one into the decent tier. Next up, we have wearing tall shoes. Now, this is similar to putting in shoe lifts, except it's more socially accepted. People probably won't pick up on it. So I think, yeah, tall shoes, not much to say about it. And if you pair pair this with height lifts, you can gain an easy 3 to 4 inches in height. So I'm going to put this one into the God tier. Next up, we have melatonin. Now you could be wondering, what's it doing on this list? Why is melatonin a height increasing supplement? Now it is going to increase height through improving your sleep. Melatonin will make your sleep deeper, which will increase the amount of growth hormone pulses throughout the night. Also, everyone these days is using their melatonin disrupting blue light device right before bed. So I think that having a melatonin supplement to replace this lost natural production is not a bad thing. I'm going to put it into the solid choice tier. Next up, we have another supplement, and that is a calcium supplement. Now we've all been told by our parents and teachers that calcium will help make your bones grow. This is somewhat true, but it's more so having a deficiency in calcium, which will cause the lack of bone growth. So it's not too important. Buying it in a supplement is honestly a cope, so I will put it into the cope tier. Next up, we have posture exercises. Now this sounds like an absolute cope. Just fix your posture, bro. You're gonna grow, but it actually does work. I gained about half an inch of height, up to an inch of height by fixing my posture. I had anterior pelvic tilt and a nerd neck, and fixing these through a daily posture routine gained me half an inch of height. And also, if you're in your teens or early 20s, posture is going to affect the way that your bones grow. Look at mewing, look at tongue posture. There's evidence which supports proper posture affects the projection of bone growth. So I think it is essential that everyone has a posture correcting routine. This is going to go into the, honestly, it's going to go into the God tier, because if you fix your posture, you're going to have an instant increase in height. So yeah, God tier, no doubt. Next up, we have CJC 1295 plus ipamorelin. This is a combo peptide stack, which is going to increase HGH. Like the other things on this list, this combo is going to work better for your height if your growth plates are still open. And yeah, this is going to mimic the body's natural growth hormone rhythm better than other things on this list like MK677. And it will also have a lower side effect profile than the synthetic HGH injections, but this will also require an injection to administrate it. So I'm going to put it above HGH and MK677 in the high risk, high reward tier. Next up, we have sprinting. Now this is similar to doing the jumps, as it will increase HGH temporarily, therefore increasing IGF-1. And yeah, sprinting is a good hobby to have. It's good to practice from running away from low tier Beckies. And yeah, it might increase your cortisol slightly, but there's no need to worry about that when sprinting. I'm going to put this into the solid choice tier. Next up is the classic sleep maxing, or getting a good night's sleep, 8 to 9 hours, 8 to 10 hours if you want to maximize your GH pulsing. Now sleeping is going to be essential to your development. Obviously, I remember when I was a teenager, I would stay up playing Fortnite, getting 3 hours of sleep a night, and this probably took off like half an inch of my height during puberty. You can't miss out. Sleep is just the most important. Sleeping is going God tier. Next up, we have the Nocturnal Kent Superman method. Now, if you don't know who Nocturnal Kent is, he is a TikTok Looksmaxxing creator, and he preaches the Superman method, which involves consuming over 200 grams of sugar daily, which is completely ridiculous. Nocturnal Kent believes that consuming this much sugar will stimulate IGF-1 production, which it will slightly, but consuming 200 grams of sugar is probably the worst advice I've ever heard in Looksmaxxing. Consuming this much sugar will cause insulin resistance, it would lead to diabetes and probably obesity. So yeah, this is going automatically into the avoid at all costs tier. I think that lying to and preying on innocent teens is not a good thing at all. Do not consume 200 grams of sugar. All right, now last on this list, but not least, we have geomaxing. Now geomaxing involves traveling to and living in countries where the average height is shorter. Now while this won't make you grow taller, it will make you perceived as taller, as the average height is shorter. Obviously, you always see those videos of people walking around in the Southeast Asian cities and brutally height mogging everyone, and you can do this too. So I'll put geomaxing probably into the decent tier, because it's not going to make you actually grow, it's just going to make you perceived as taller. So yeah, it's going into the decent tier, and that will be the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think, if I left out a particular method. I don't think I did. I think I have a lot of good tips in here, and yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe, please. We're about to hit 1,000 subscribers. I'd love to hit that soon. Appreciate you watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.